which one's going to give us the best route to take. So like, where's your brain? You know, when you hear FHA versus conventional as a real estate agent,
FHA versus conventional, I mean, normally the conventional, in my eyes, looks really good. It looks powerful. To me, it looks like it's a good buyer.
Yeah.
You'd be a good buyer then. FHA is good for people kind of just getting into it, though, first-time home buyers type of thing. There's lower qualifications for that one, correct? So it's easier to get into that one.
Yep.
Interest rate, kind of the difference between that, it can affect it big time, so it's something that's taken into consideration. Is the conventional interest rate usually a little bit higher or lower to the FHA?
Yeah, so when you're comparing the two, right, you're going to have FHA, which is like 3.5% down. Conventional, there are programs that allow you to put 3% down, right? So you do have a little bit less down payment, but you're going to have a trade-off in terms of the interest rate on those programs. So like FHA-wise, the rate's always going to be a little bit lower, at least a little bit lower on that versus a conventional. There's always options to kind of bring it down. But qualifying for FHA is a lot easier too, just because you can go higher on your debt to income ratio. The credit score requirement is now down to like 500.
That's awesome.
On that, which is insane.
Yeah.
You know, it opens up the door for so many more people as far as that's concerned. And then, you know, the biggest thing though, I think that I've always found has just been like property conditions, right? When you're looking at something with conventional versus FHA, FHA just has more strict guidelines on like the appraisal requirements and that sort of deal. So when you run across that kind of property, like, are you trying to get people to understand the differences of that and make sure that they're like, hey, you know, we get it. There's probably going to be some work, and the seller is also on board. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's either or. FHA isn't necessarily bad, though. No, it's just like you just kind of have to know what you're getting yourself into and what the seller's going to be willing to kind of do. So it just depends on who you are and kind of what each house, the seller, which one's going to be better for you, FHA or conventional. It just kind of, a conventional buyer is more known to be solid. Correct. Yeah.
Like,
it's the standard stigmatism of like, oh, conventional, cookie cutter. We love that.
But FHA can get by too as well. Just as easily. You just kind of have to be upfront and more open to maybe doing some repairs or asking for repairs and stuff like that.